federal military personnel without direct coordination creates logistical challenges and risks confusion during critical incidents.
LA's police chief says most of the protests in the city have been peaceful. He says those who engage in violence or vandalism will be arrested. LA Mayor Karen Bass says the federal government's response is contributing to the chaos. It comes as peaceful demonstrations against ICE are spreading to other major cities nationwide, including Atlanta, Chicago, and New York.
We are not criminals.
California Governor Gavin Newsom now in a war of words with President Trump after Trump expressed support of arresting Newsom. California has sued the Trump administration. They are trying to stop the deployment of National Guard troops and Marines. The mayor says they are only protecting 2 federal buildings downtown. Perry Russell, ABC News, Washington.
Thank you, Perry. Well, let's take a closer look at those arrest threats. Trump accusing Newsom of interfering with federal law enforcement, and border czar Tom Homan suggesting that arresting Governor Newsom. Here's what the governor had to say to Homan on Sunday.
Yeah, Governor Newsom said, come on down here and arrest me. If y'all that big and bad, just come on down here and arrest me. All right. So that's a story bigger than the riots. Is the beef between the governor of California and Donald Trump. All right. Let me put this out here, man, because I believe this is gonna come to fruition, right? Because we've been talking about the number 14, right? You got the new Pope is Pope Leo the 14th, right? Connected to the word bomb. Now the OKC Thunder, they were 16-2 after losing the game. So their record after a loss is 16-2 until 2 days ago, which they became 17-2, right? For this word we're looking at, which is bomb. And the reason I'm saying bomb is because of Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bomber. He died in Terre Haute, Indiana. And these are the 2 teams that's in the finals, right? And it's the 1-4 matchup, like another 14. All right. And we got another thing, which is my guy, right? One of my favorite rappers. He put out an album, the Carter 6. The Carter 6 is finally dropped. It came out on June 6th, which is 6-6, right? So 6-6 for the Carter 6. All right, 666. And Carter is really Christ. 6 letters in Christ, 6 letters in Carter. But I'm dropping it on that day. I'll show you why that's important here in a second. But this is Lil Wayne's 14th studio album. All right, like I said, you're going to be hearing the number 14 a lot. 14, 14, 14. All right. Lil Wayne's 14th album. Shout out to my brother, the Indigenous Chief BD. As he told me, your boy got stabbed 14 times. And when I say your boy, I'm talking about none other than Tory Lanez. Stabbed in prison 14 times. See, all the Illuminati, right, are going to follow under this number code. Anybody down with the Illuminati is going to follow under this number code, right? Here's Pope Leo the 14th right here. Real name Robert Francis Prevost. See his birthday September 14th. You want to keep track of that. This is our new pump. Even Donald Trump's connected to number 14. Donald Trump, born on United States Flag Day, June 14th. All right, but the day is the 14th. All right, and like I said, he's in a beef with Elon Musk. And come to find out, Elon Musk just had a baby boy, which makes this his 14th baby. All right. Elon Musk is from South Africa. All right. But he lives in America, making him the real African American. All right. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Tomorrow night is the big game, game 3 of the NBA Finals, and it will be taking place on a full moon. All right. And we see what they got lined up right now down in LA, right? Very close to Hollywood. Be very easy to pull off a staged event, right? And this is dealing with the Mexicans down in LA, which LA, Southern Los Angeles, Southern California, pretty much all of California and Texas, was once owned by the Mexicans. Right? And Mexicans mix. Right? The Aboriginal peoples mixed with the people of Spain. All right, but this is reminding me of this movie, Civil War. You hear people talk about it. Let's see what this brother's gonna say about it. But I wanted to show you two states seceded in this movie, Civil War, which came out in 2024. I need to get the exact date, and we need to sync it up with what's going on in LA. Right, we need the date of when the ride started in LA, and we need the date of when this movie came out. All right, so somebody remind me of that. But you can see California and Texas are the two states that reside, they fall back in the movie. All right. So let's see if they give us something real quick.
People already have thoughts like why California and Texas are allied. They're both part of the Western forces in the movie. And people have thoughts. Why is liberal California and conservative Texas teaming up? And I don't know if people know this, but it's a movie. You can just make stuff up for movies. It's kind of a rad thing.
Okay, we appreciate that, brother. A little sense of humor, but this goes deeper than that. Not too long ago, matter of fact, 22 days from the day that the riots broke out, this happened. Wait a minute. Let's go back. We just need something light. Here we go. This is a Mexican Navy ship hitting the Brooklyn Bridge 22 days ago. This is predictive programming. A Mexican Navy ship hits an American bridge, and 22 days later, we're having a reincarnation of the Mexican-American War. I thought I had that pulled up here somewhere. The Mexican-American War. Maybe I don't. All right. But if you know about the Mexican-American War, let's pull that up right quick. Because that is what is looking like we're about to have part 2 of. Remember that Donald Trump changed the name from the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. All right. And you see the Mexican-American War was from 1846 to 1848. All right. Where these people was just trying to... Oh, here we go, right here. That's right here. I already had it up. Conflict between the United States and Mexico stemming from the border disputes and the annexation of Texas. All right. So just think about these LA riots. All right. Riots in LA. Hadn't heard about any ruckus or violence in LA. Okay, Charlamagne. LA protests far different from 92 Rodney King riots. Okay, it was in 92. But see, that's the thing. The Rodney King riots took place on March 3rd, 1990. I mean, the Rodney King beating, where the videotape happened. Right? The riots didn't take place in 1992 after the verdict. But the beating, the one that was caught on camera by an Australian man, was March 3rd. March the 3rd month, 3rd day, that's 33. All right. 1991. Now that reminds me of this other one was just George Floyd and that situation. Because like I said, I brought this up that the Minnesota Lynx.
Thank you guys for taking a minute to honor the life of George Floyd. George was a father, a brother, and his son. And his life, like every life.
See, and just like this ride, George Floyd ride, that was a bad ride too, right? Just like the Rodney King ride was bad, just like Martin Luther King in 1968. And I do believe, let me pull this up right quick, right? And I wanted to point this out too, that the You know, two teams in the NBA Finals is the 1 seed and the 4th seed. Thunder being the 1 seed, and then the Pacers being the 4th seed. But dang, I lost my train of thought right there. Okay, yeah, 1968. This is 1968. MLK assassination, and you know, DC went up in flames. Detroit. You know, it's going down. Okay, yeah, look, okay. Watch the police break our windshield as we were passing out waters and snacks to protesters. Los Angeles, June 8th, 6/8, right? And like I just showed you, this goes back to 1968, MLK. So there is a lot of connections going on. Right. June 6th. Let me show you something about this June 6th and how I connect to the NBA Finals too. And now we had 2 games in Oklahoma City. Now we're going to Indianapolis, right? Indianapolis area code is the 317. Take 317, break that down, it's the 66 prime number. So just like June 6th, right? 66. It is the number for the beast, belly of the beast. Right. And this is not going to slow down till probably tomorrow. We'll probably have the climax tomorrow for this full moon. So every full moon, something goes down. So, you know, I don't know what it would be. I don't know what it would be, but America, man. America. Okay, so this is one of my favorite people who do YouTube, right? And I think he got this from me. You know, it would be nice to get a shout out every now and then, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't get a shout out, it's cool. But I'm pretty sure, man, it was me. Let me see if it'll pop up. That was talking about slavery and magic. They don't know who I am, man. Okay. Who is this? Yeah, that is me. Okay. I wanted to show that I'm one of the first people. Like Dane Calloway is a historian, right? He's pretty well respected. And to hear him talk about magic and related to slavery, I'm like, bruh, I know where you got that from, man. I know you wasn't talking like that a few years ago, which is all good. No, it's all good. I ain't tripping. I ain't mad at Dane or nothing like that. I just, you know, sometimes I like to get my damn props, but it's all good. Let me see something, man. Before I go in on Dane. This is gonna pop up right here. There we go, right there. Occult Magic and Slavery 2 years ago. The Holly book. Hollywood, right? Same thing. The same way they made magic wands with Hollywood, right? They made books with Hollywood too. This is how the trickery begins. This is, you know, the watch time on this is higher than the views. people are, you know, that's how I determine if it's a good video or not, is by the watch time. I don't care about the views. I don't give a damn about the views, but are people watching? That's the thing. So
what the riots told the politicians was that if you don't listen to people like Dr. King, this is what can happen. It was
So and you know they got Antifa out there, and like I said, they will give these groups of people money to go out there and protest and act a fool. I'm telling you, they got paid protesters. I doubt that they would tell us paid protester jobs. Professional protesters or rent-a-crowd services involve being hired to participate in protests or rallies. These jobs can be found through various platforms, including job boards and specialized agencies that manage. All right. So there are paid protesters out there. And a lot of them, the ones that out there doing the craziest stuff, are more than likely paid. Now, let's see. BLM. Trans organizations. Let's see if they tell the truth about this. Black Trans Lives Matter. So they mixing this up, man. They were mixing this up, but that's the thing. They get these people to do their, to push their agenda, and they slide in right with your agenda to push what they got to get through. They use people. And what was happening was Black Lives Matter was gladly paying these trans organizations to keep sending people down there. I told you I've been to a Black Lives Matter protest, and one thing that I remember to stick out in my brain was this hairy guy walking around with a dress on. Like, what the hell did I just walk into? So when I'm looking at these LA riots, that's in the back of my mind. It's like, I know that there's agent provocateurs out there. There's paid protesters out there. And, they can make this thing look really, really bad. But I think this is a distraction, because the real story is Trump saying that he's going to arrest the governor of California, which is a Democrat. And then the governor of California and the attorney general turning around and suing Donald Trump for pretty much escalating his ride by sending, the National Guard down there. And now they have even sent the Marines down. The Marines are down there. They skipped right past the Army and brought the Marines out. So that's why, if I go over here, if I go back to, the beginning, pretty much everything's gonna be live LA protests. Live LA.
It wasn't the freeway, but I think they might be blocking the freeway again.
And these people are watching so intently because they know they can feel it.
It's the on-ramp. One of our viewers said it's the on-ramp. Some of our viewers are saying it's the 101. Look at that right there. Wow. Breaking news. Breaking news.
They shut down the highway. Guess what? It's the 101. The 26 prime number is 101. 101. That 101, I didn't get to say this last time, but you look at 101, and first of all, it's the binary code, but the 101, the two ones act as pillars protecting the zero. The zero is the feminine, right? That zero is potential energy. That's the electromagnetic energy, 0 point energy. So the numbers, they break down in so many different ways, right? That 101, that's one of the most powerful numbers. It's the 26 prime number, and 26 is the God number. But just looking at 101, you see the creation. I mean, it's the Freemasonic pillars, right? With George Washington standing in the middle, which he's replacing the portal to get to this world. Is basically what it is. But protest continues in Los Angeles for the 5th day straight. So tomorrow is, guess what? Tomorrow is the 6th day, and tomorrow is the full moon. And we just had Lil Wayne drop on June 6th, the quarter 6th. June is 6 months, so that's 666.
Now,
A lot of rituals going
traffic
down
is being
all at
blocked
once.
by protesters right now.
All at once.
That is a dangerous situation. It's a few. Police are out there too.
So, and tomorrow's the 11th. Tomorrow's the 11th. On 11 days, everybody's emotions are hiked up a few notches. On 11 days, everybody's a little bit more emotional. All right. So I had to get on here, give everybody a warning, you know, what's going on, what the numbers are saying, what the astrology is saying. And man, we checking in, man. Hit the like button for your brother, man. Please, everybody, hit the like button. Like, comment, subscribe, because they they like the shadow ban, but if you hit the like button, they can't shadow ban. All right. That's our power. That's our tool. Is just hitting that thumbs up button. All right. So peace to y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We up out of here.